Hey guys, I'm Danielle from Pisces Pet Emporium, and today we'll be discussing the care on dart frogs, or more specifically, the care for Epiphytobates anthony. These beautiful frogs are from Ecuador. They are often found living on the ground near streams, ponds, and they're typically a chocolate brown or red with a cream and lime green stripe. Since these sabelles are considered by the IUCN Red List as near threatened as of 2010, their population will continue to decline in the wild. They are great beginner frogs and easily thrive as pets. So without further ado, let's discuss their care. These guys require a bare minimum of 10 gallons, but we personally recommend a 20-gallon tall tank. Exo Terra's 18 by 18 by 18 would be perfect for 3 frogs. Keep in mind, bigger is always better. With a bigger tank, you can have a larger colony. These guys are more of a hands-off pet. While they may be harmless to us, we are harmful to them. It's best to think of them and their enclosure like a fish tank. Dart frogs, like any other frog, have delicate and permeable skin which can absorb chemicals, oils, and various other toxins on our skin. We recommend using rubber gloves when handling your amphibians. If you have an escapee and you need to use your hands, do so swiftly. Long-term handling will lead to the decline in health and even death in your frogs. These frogs can tolerate a temperature range between 65 Fahrenheit to 80 Fahrenheit, but it's best to keep your temperatures in the mid-70s. Be careful not to let your tank get too hot because temperatures of 85 and up can lead to death. One of the main reasons I recommend a vivarium is to help keep up the humidity. Like most dart frogs, they need a humidity range of 70 to 100%. To help them retain moisture, I recommend looking into a glass top aquarium or an automatic mister or fogger for your Exo Terras. If you have a small waterfall or a pump to circulate a pool of water, that would be great to help keep the water from getting stagnant. Keep in mind, dart frogs are not known for their swimming ability and will drown if the pool is too deep. But nevertheless, having a small pool of water is beneficial in case your humidity drops. Most dart frogs will prefer a smaller food. Dart frogs will happily thrive on a diet consisting of Drosophila melanogaster fruit flies or Drosophila hydei fruit flies, pinhead crickets, springtails, and isopods. Variation in diet is always recommended, although most caretakers will have fruit flies as their main source of nutrition. All feeder insects should be dusted with vitamins as it is crucial for your frog's health and, more importantly, their offspring. Vitamin A and especially vitamin D3 should be provided. Without this, offspring will develop spindly leg syndrome and will have a high mortality rate once the tadpoles turn into froglets. Tadpoles need a varied diet of algae, tadpole and frog pellets, dead fruit flies, and occasionally some fish flakes. Varied diet is crucial, but various types of algae should be the main source of their nutrition until the mid stages. As they develop, they'll become more and more carnivorous. Do not introduce outdoor insects to your enclosure as they might introduce mites, internal parasites, or other possible risks. Since these sabelles are capable of living over 10 years in captivity with a proper enclosure, tadpoles typically take 60 to 80 days to complete their metamorphosis. Juveniles, or froglets, should be in the clear after the first 3 or 4 months. As adults, these frogs usually max out about 1 inch in size. Since these sabelles are relatively easy to sex, females tend to be wider and rounder than the males, and when the females start carrying eggs, it becomes quite pronounced. They will typically reach maturity at 5 to 8 months of age. Only males will make calls and will start to bellow out once they discovered a proper spot to lay their eggs. Typically, 10 to 20 eggs are laid at a time on leaves, bromeliads, and even damp leaf litter. Keep watch over the eggs to make sure that the females aren't fighting or eating others' eggs. It is not as common, but if they're competing for space, this may happen. The males will be the one to guard and moisten the eggs. Again, keep an eye out because sometimes they will starve themselves working overtime or will completely abandon them. If the eggs are abandoned and there is an option to cut the leaf, do so and place in a pool of water. Either manually change out the old water or leave the water circulating like a soft water bed. Be very gentle, as thrashing water or rough treatment will kill the eggs. We recommend doing research prior to cohabbing. While frogs are sociable, many other species of dart frogs are not. It could lead to fighting and stress in your tank. If you are cohabbing, make sure to provide space accordingly, since Isabels need 5 gallons per frog, and then you need to account space for the others. There are other species, even reptiles such as the mourning gecko, that can live alongside these guys peacefully. I recommend utilizing the tank space to take advantage by adding various levels and different sized plants. It is highly recommended that you have a vivarium set up for your frogs. Plants add moisture to the air as they photosynthesize, helping you with your humidity. Isopods and springtails are tiny land crustaceans that eat decaying biomatter and feces, helping your vivarium stay clean and providing nutrients for your soil. These microfauna can be a healthy snack for your frogs. Your bottom layer should be hydroballs for drainage and to slowly add humidity to your substrate layer. Between your hydroballs and your substrate, you should include a mesh and possibly an egg crate platform for support. For substrate, I recommend using a tropical soil mix, which should include a cocoa base, carbon or lumpwood charcoal, a bit of sand, and sphagnum moss. Or you can just use plantation soil if you need it to be simple. Then top it off with moss and leaf litter. The amount of soil needed varies on the type of plants you intend to keep. I hope you guys found this information helpful and may even consider getting some frogs of your own. If you have any further questions, comment below or send us a message on Facebook. Thank you for watching.